All right, we're live. I think we are. Hold on.
Hello, everyone. Now,
I forgot to open up my phone so that I can make sure. Okay, if we are live, just say hello. Hear you. Okay,
Hello.
awesome. Thank you.
Hello.
Thank you. Jill says yes, we're live. All right, thank you, Jill. Jill, I was totally unprepared. I appreciate that. I had a little last minute thing I had to do today for work, so I literally finished work, rebooted the computer, and started all of this. So I was a little off my usual being prepared mode. But thanks everyone for being with us. I'm really excited about having all these amazing musicians, and so that everybody knows we are dual streaming, which is what I do now, because it makes it easy to not have to record and then upload. Hang on one second. I'm going to let Tim in. All right.
Love the doorbell.
I know, right? I wish I could turn it off in the middle of the stream because we're going to be hearing that otherwise. I'm looking around here. I'm like, where can I stop it without
Sounds
messing?
beautiful. It's very welcoming.
Okay, good. I don't want to mess anything up. So I'm afraid to touch any buttons while we're streaming.
You will never mess anything up.
It's my fear.
Trust me.
I don't know. You haven't seen some of the things I've done during live streams, but that's all right. We always recover. Hi, Tim. All right, everyone. So let me scroll back up. I miss saying hello to people. Hello,
Hi.
Bethany, Maribel, Linda. We have so many people already have joined us. And like I said, I'm dual streaming. So we're also on YouTube. And I'm just going to say YouTube because I see people saying YouTube all the time. But we're also over there, and I want to say hello to the people over there. We have Yvette and Martha and Kate. I know some of you are in both places. I see Peta over here and Chrissy. And I could spend all day saying hello to everyone, so I'm just going to welcome you all. And I'm not going to take too much time with the greetings because I want, we have 9 musicians joining us. I think we're still missing 2. But I am going to start.
Juan is coming.
Oh, he is. Okay, good. Because I was going to say, I'm
Yes,
just
he's trying to get a taxi. He's running late.
Oh, wow. He's really running
The
late.
taxi isn't...
Is the taxi bringing him into Zoom?
Right into the Zoom, yes.
Awesome. But that's all right, because we can start by letting everybody introduce themselves. And I am going to start... Blossom, I'm going to start with you. I'll let you introduce yourself.
Sorry, who?
You. I'm going to let you introduce yourself.
I'll go first. Hello, everyone. My name is Blossom Violet. I play the piano on Insight Timer. And I do spontaneous improvising, which means nothing I play is ever pre-planned. And I hope, many of you will be able to join me next week. I will schedule my live for next week. I'm yet to do that. So I'm very happy to be here, to see all of you, and also to meet the teachers as well. And what about, let's go to Judy Unger next.
Okay. Hi, I'm Judy. I love being in this place. I never imagined that I would ever be playing my guitar. It was something I played as a young girl. And when I found music again at the age of 50, it turned my life around. I started writing new songs and I rediscovered all my older music. And I found healing because I was so grief-stricken. I had lost one of my children as a child. He was 5 years old. And I went on, I had other kids, but I was always sad. But when I found my music, he lives on through the songs that I've written in his memory. And I love sharing my message of healing and hope on Insight Timer because I can make a difference. It adds meaning to what I went through losing him. And also, it brought me so much joy. So I consider myself to have found healing.
That's beautiful, Judy. I love your story. Judy and I spoke a few years ago when I first met her on Insight Timer, and it's so inspiring, and it's such a testament to how healing music can be. So I'm so happy that you're here.
Thank you.
And Chris, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes. Judy, this is beautiful. This is a story, not a beautiful, but it has a beautiful part. I'm very sorry for the loss. Well, I am Chris Anes here in Timer. Actually, I believe that I'm the newest from you because I'm not very long time here in Timer, but I really love to be here. It's a beautiful, beautiful community. I really love. And I am a musician. Actually, I'm a guitarist, but most know me as a flute player. But actually, I love to play a lot of instruments. And this is what I'm doing here in Timer. I play music for dreams. And I'm from Greece. And I'm so glad that I'm here with you. So glad.
And I want to point out that it is past 1 a.m. in Greece right now. So we are so grateful to you for, being here at this hour with us. It means a lot.
I'm happy for that. Actually, it's 2 a.m. now.
Wow.
2 and 7 minutes.
Yikes. I'm a night person, but I don't know if I could go in front of a camera at 2 o'clock in the morning. So I really appreciate you being here.
I'm very glad I'm here with you.
Oh, thank you. And Judy, our soul rocker Judy.
Well, hi, I'm Judi Cranston, your soul rocker. I find it hard to have the headphones on too. I need to take half off. My background is music. That's pretty much it. I've always done music from a very early age and kind of was blessed with an ability to pick up things really quick. So when I was 10, I taught myself trumpet and ukulele, guitar, and I learned flute and violin. And at school and college, they didn't have an oboe player, so they threw it at me. And then when I was doing band work, they said we should have a saxophone player in the band, so I learnt that. So I sort of have played a lot of things. I kind of want to say not that well. It's, like when you spread yourself really thin, but it's worked out really well. I've kind of a smorgasbord of things that I can do. And I also, my other passion is soul. And so I can't take that away from my work anymore. And I got into this work really because my soul was calling very loudly for me to bring my music through in different ways. So I love being on Insight Timer. I love doing lives. That's my main thing because it allows spirit to work through whatever wants to happen. So it tends to be different every time. And one of my things I'm really bad at is cooking and tech.
Was that cooking?
So, yeah, cooking and tech. So it's like...
Me too.
I got my setup and had to get my husband in to do a little bit of lighting for me. And it's amazing to be here. I love seeing all you guys and your amazing, incredible talent. So thank you for letting me be part of this today.
Awesome. So happy to have you with us. And my friend Pablo.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Violet, for this invitation. My name is Pablo Villegas. I live in Medellin, Colombia. I am a psychologist and a musician, and I love to combine my two professions here on Insight Timer. It's not always that I combine the two professions because I am a composer. I used to compose different kind of music. But on Insight Timer, I used to combine psychology and music. My principal instrument is the violin, but I love ancient folk music. Then I used to play different instruments, and since 2 years ago, I am trying to do a lot of virtual musical instrument VST, and then I used to do it in the iwi and on a keyboard, and I love to use music to meditate and to do this world a better place.
Beautiful. And I'm going to move over to you, Tim.
Hello, hello. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
I think, Tim, we've been
Great,
trying to
great.
get you to join
I
one of
know.
these for a while, right?
Right. I've been hunted.
Yes.
I'm glad to be here. I'm
Good,
very
good,
glad to
good.
be here.
Everybody here knows I will
I,
stalk you until you show up. So,
I apologize for being so late.
no reason to
It's
be. That's fine.
event season for me, so I'm doing weddings and concerts and all kinds of things. But I am very happy to be here amongst all of you. Some of you I know, some I followed your lives, and I started with Awesome Blossom, as I call her. I'm sure we all call her that, and we became friends, and I'm just made to feel at home here by her and several of the other teachers. And I came here to Insight Timer initially to heal from quite a few traumas in life. And I ended up doing this music to help people. Music has always been something that's been important to me. And it's what I feel I'm best at rather. I play piano, guitar, and drums. Although whatever instrument you give me, I'm sure I can get something out of it. I'm kind of creative that way. My studio is filled with drum machines and samplers and congas and whatever. And I just have different ways of creating music and then sharing it here. I am from Detroit, Michigan originally, now residing in Novi, Michigan. And it's great, again, to meet all of you in this space. And I look forward to this conversation. Been looking forward to it all week.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, thanks again, all of you, for, agreeing to do this. I don't even remember when we came up with this. I know Blossom and I are always like, hey, let's do this or let's do that. And at some point we talked about getting musicians, more musicians together. And this happened. And honestly, I don't even remember what the conversation was about. But I'm always thrilled to be able to do these and to host, collaborations. Obviously, I love music. I love hanging out with the musicians, and to be able to do this is just a thrill for me. I'm not a musician. I'm just hosting, just in case anybody out there is new. And we are going to ask some questions of our musicians. If anybody has questions they want to drop in the chat, feel free. I don't have a co-host, so, I'll do my best to keep up. But one of the questions I wanted to start with was, what inspired you to start creating or sharing your music in the way that you do? And I know some of you have already touched on that, but if you want to share, I would love to hear more. Oh, and you know what, Matt, I'm going to let you introduce yourself. I don't know how I jumped over you, Matt. You're down there. I almost called on you first, and then I was like, all right, let me just start babbling. Matt, please introduce yourself.
I'm a ghost. I don't exist. It's
And
fine.
I was talking about the lovely mug.
Hello, my name is Matt. Moore Zzyzx is how you pronounce the Z. I'm from Santa Barbara, California, and I love peace. I love frequencies. In our streams, we explore many different frequencies, sound waves, whatever you want to call it, and we just try to bring people peace. We mash them up together, and we create peace, what we call peace freaks. A lot of our subject matter is about death and loss and addiction and a lot of dark subject matter, but we try and find peace through all of these experiences that we have in life. And so it's usually a very beautiful experience, but I love this platform, and thank you for having me here today.
And I just have to add that, Matt and Blossom, they share so much of their music with those of us who are not musicians. And I am so grateful for that. And you all know that we host once a month the Musicians Trio, which we're also having next week, which is Blossom, Matt, and Juan. And like I said, I just love hanging out with the musicians. I love what all of you do. And we'll go back to that first question. And again, if anybody has any questions, I saw in the chat, people were asking if Matt had gotten to speak. I'm glad that you were all asking that because I would have realized it. I did realize it, but I would have realized it once I read the chat that I had jumped over. Sorry.
Thank you, chat.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, people are, they're paying attention. I may not be, but everyone else is. So again, let's go back to that first question. Like, what inspired you to start creating or sharing music? Oops, there goes Onyx. He's got something to say. And Blossom, if you don't mind, I'm going to start with you again, putting you on the spot.
Yeah, sure. What inspires me? Well, I had not played the piano for 37 long years. Due to piano-related trauma, I despised the piano and could not stand the sound of classical music. And basically, I just didn't want to do anything with music, especially classical. And then, of course, on Insight Timer, change all that. When I first heard Joseph Nemo's music, his piano music on Insight Timer, that triggered something inside me, that dim flame, which I did not know was still in me, got reignited. And I was called to come back to play the piano after so many decades, So I listened to that voice inside me, and I had no idea what to do, what I was going to play. But one thing I knew that, I did not want to go back to be spending 4 or 5 hours a day practicing the piano like the way I used to when I was doing my music degree. And so I was sure I didn't want to do that, and I wanted to improvise. I knew I wanted to learn jazz, and but I had no idea how to do either of those. So basically through patience and all that, and let go of the belief that I'm too old to learn technology. That really helped a lot, and with the help of Gunther Gerg, who is an amazing musician teacher here on Insight Timer. His teacher's profile name is called Mindful Music. And also Philip Wade, I talk about him all the time. And with his guidance and pointing of being in the present moment, that's where the improvisation came. It just came. So that's how I was able to play in the flow. So I'm just so grateful that this amazing community has helped me so much and support me. And I must point out Judy Unger, when I first attend your live, and you spoke about how you were away from music for decades. I think you mentioned 32 years, and immediately I knew I had to contact you because we have the same experience. We were away from music for so long, and we were brought back to music and, the joy of music again. And I remember at one of your lives that I attended in the earlier days when I joined your live, you mentioned about being authentic. That really, really stuck in my head because at that point I was busy, trying to listen to lots of jazz music and trying to play like them. And I couldn't because, those jazz musicians had been playing for music for probably decades. And then when you spoke about being authentic, it suddenly clicked that, I cannot be like them. I can only be myself. And that really made such a huge difference, Judy. So thank you so much, Judy Unger.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you so much. So that's my background. That's how I came back into playing piano, because I was called. So I'm so blessed to be in this community, and thank you all so much for your many blessings and for your support and love. Thank you, everyone.
I love that. I also love how one of the things that I love about Insight Timer is how supportive teachers are of each other. You mentioned how Philip Wade helped you and Judy, and I think it's great when you reach out to other teachers and they're so willing to help. That's one of the things that led me to want to do this, because I love being able to have us all together where we can have these conversations. I think it's great. There's no other platform like it, so I love this. So Judy, since Blossom mentioned you, do you want to tell us about your inspirations?
I just kind of was career oriented. My profession was a commercial illustrator. So I got married young, and I just had this story that I told myself that I couldn't do art and music, that I could just choose. So I was very career driven as an artist. And away went the guitar. Then I decided to have my first child 7 years later, and he was ill and had a heart defect. So I really was devoted to him. And then when he died, I didn't even know at his funeral what I was going to do as far as what I could say that would add meaning. And I remembered that I wrote songs as a young girl. So I pulled out a few of the songs and I read lyrics. It was like a prophecy. They were applicable to grief. And I didn't even experience grief when I wrote them at the age of 19 or 17. So my songs were there, even when I wasn't playing the guitar, just to read the words. I like to call myself a song gardener. I can now, at this time in my life, grow my songs. That's exactly what I do. I improve them. I modify songs that were unfinished, that I wrote at the age of 16, that I could finish at the age of 66. It's pretty remarkable. But I didn't expect to ever pick up the guitar again after my son died. And I had a lot to deal with my parents. They were sick. And it was during the time that my mother was in the hospital that I started to write. I had to update everybody about how she was doing. And I poured out my feelings, my grief. Everything was triggered because my mother was such a close part of helping me after my son died. And I just couldn't bear the thought that I was losing her. And at that point, when I started to write, I decided to write about the death of my son. And I wrote enough to make a book, actually. I decided that that was what I wanted to do. And during that time, I started feeling better. And I didn't know what it was, but I think I released the story I was carrying. And that was when a friend said to me, "Do you ever play your guitar?" And it was in the closet. It hadn't been touched for 30 years. And nobody was home. And I pulled it out. And when I started to play, I got chills. I felt like there was something in the room. It hurt because I had no calluses. But it was like something was ignited. And at that point, the enthusiasm, I'm going to take voice lessons. I'm going to record these songs that I'm going to try and remember every song. And it sent me into a wonderful journey of joy. And I was working with somebody recording songs, and a friend said, "Why don't you do a meditation album? That would go with your book." So I said, "Let's do a meditation." I didn't know anything about meditation, and we worked on it, and I put a meditation album out there. And one day I got an email from Insight Timer asking me if I'd share my meditation music. So it just led me to this wonderful platform, and I haven't looked back. I just love my life and what I'm doing.
That's awesome. I love that they reached out to you too. Like, I know that they've reached out to a lot of people. I wonder how they found you. Did you ever ask them?
I think they were just starting, and it was really interesting because I was able to meet Christopher Plowman. And
I saw that picture.
Yeah, I actually, when he was out here in Santa Monica, and we had lunch, and it was quite a thrill.
Wow. Nicole writes, "Judy's art is amazing." It is amazing, Judy. I had no idea for the longest time that you were an amazing artist as well. So, and I want to remind people that the links to all the musicians here will be in the Ask Your Guides group here on Insight Timer. I listed everybody, and also in the YouTube description, all the links are there. So yeah, that's an amazing story and an amazing talent too.
Thank you. I play from the heart. I love the fact as an artist, thank you, because as an artist, it was a job. I didn't have the passion. I always say art was my profession and music is my passion.
That's awesome. I love that so
Thank
much.
you.
Chris, do you want to add anything about your inspiration, where it comes from?
Oh, well, I love to hear all that stories of you. It's
Me
so
too. I love
beautiful.
them. Yeah.
Yes, it's so interesting. My inspiration, yes. Actually, I believe in work, and I believe that inspiration comes through the process. When you're working for something, when you play an instrument, when you play guitar, when you play piano, everything, and you do it every day and every moment, then the inspiration came through. If you want to dream, if you are open and you are working, then the inspiration is here. And you just pick everything you like and you build a song or a melody or everything. So I don't believe in inspiration, and but I believe in work, and I believe in focus on something that you like, and then the inspiration is coming. You know, it's like energy, like Matt says. The energy is here. It's everywhere. It's just you have to pick up, and you have to be open to pick up that part of that energy. Well, but yes, if you are connecting with people, you have energy and you have inspiration. When you're connecting with nature, you have inspiration. When you're connecting with bad things, you have inspiration. With good things, you have inspiration. Our work as musicians, I believe, is to collect that things and make as beautiful as we can. So I started working with I started with music at the age of 16. So I'm not very young, with no background at my family. So I began at the 16, but from then on, everything is music for me. I cannot understand nothing else but music, and I believe music is in everything, and sound is connecting with everything. Don't forget that the sound is, it's pressure and for air, and air through about everything and change it. So I believe music is very important for all of us, the humans, and not only for the humans, and for everything. And it's beautiful, and this is the most important. That's for me.
I agree. I love that. I agree completely. Judi Cranston, I'm going to move over to you.
Hello. I'm going to have to stand up and
Do whatever
I might
you
even
want.
play when I talk, because I
Yeah, absolutely.
I
Whatever
find
you
it
want.
really, like, talking like this is not my easy thing. So I've been thinking and listening to you guys and thinking, what is my inspiration for Insight Timer? And I think for me, I come back to myself first, because I feel like if I can become a more whole person through my music, then that's how I can share that with others. And so I've always been a musician, and probably 8-ish, 9-ish, 10-ish years ago I started writing these soul songs, and I didn't even know what that meant. And I was like, why am I writing this song that says, let my fingers play the song of my soul? Like, what's that about? And I feel like the songs for me that I've written, I said it the other day on Insight Time, was like they're actually pre-paving the journey to my healing, to allow me to come back to know who I am as a person. And so I was following a lady on Insight Timer and went to a lot of her lives, and kind of knew in the back of my head that it was a place that I needed to be, but had to really dig deep to get through the tech stuff. And now I see that it's just the most perfect platform for me. It allows me to have a voice allows me to share my music. It allows me to develop my gifts. It allows me to pre-pave a way for others to heal in the way that I've healed. I do feel like I'm very authentic on Insight Timer, very authentic. So it's always like, this is what's going on for me, and I know that that other people will be touched by that. So that's my inspiration, is like allowing a place for me to be exactly who I am and to share what I have and to grow as a person as well. Yeah, to be who I'm meant to be. So thank you for letting me play. It helped me to talk.
Thank you for playing. You know, I love that you said that playing the music is something that kind of makes you feel a little more comfortable just talking. You know, I can relate to that because, believe it or not, I don't like being on camera, but yet here I am, right? So I can absolutely relate to not being comfortable in certain spaces. I think for me, what makes me comfortable is technology. You know, for you, it's music. For me, it's technology. So I'm all with you on that. As soon as you said it, I'm like, stand up and play, do whatever you need to do to make yourself feel at home, because that's what brings out your authenticity and who you are. And I love that. Pablo, you want to share something with us? Anything about what
Thank you so
inspires you?
much. Yes. I think Blossom says something that is very interesting, is that be yourself, you know, because when I start in the teenagers playing music, and I did from 2001. Since today, I have a project that is a Celtic music. The name is in Spanish La Montaña Gris. It's like a gray mountain, about Celtic music, but it's another story because it's a long story why I play Celtic music here in Colombia, you know. But then we used to travel a lot around South America, and we used to do a lot of shows. But I start to get boring about to making songs, like 3-minute songs, 4-minute song, like a concert that people clap at the end of each song. Because since I was a kid, I remember that I loved to play my guitar. The first instrument was guitar, the first instrument that I play. I remember that I spent all of the time, like 2 hours, 3 hours, only playing one arpeggio chord. You know what I mean? Like E minor, and I spent a lot of time doing E minor, and that was the best part of my day. Then to study the lessons or to read the music, it was like a second chance for me always. For me, it was like do nothing, only listen and play. But I never do it in the real life, you know what I mean? Only like in my house or for myself. Then in the pandemic time, I realized, okay, we are in COVID time in home at home. Maybe I can do an album about how to music for sleep, but I didn't knew. Believe me, I didn't knew that there is a lot of music about how to sleep music. I was realizing that I was inventing a world. Then I did that album, and was amazing because it was the first time that I did the things that I used to do in those teenagers, like be myself and play. And I think and Blossom, I don't like the word improvisation, you know what I mean? Because we are not, it's more like to chat. I think music is to chat. You can read or you can chat. It's like a chat. You start chatting using your instrument. and I love that. Then someone told me about Inside Timer. Okay, the music that you are doing, there is a place where you can put that music. And then I open Inside Timer. Oh my God, this is the universe that I'm searching for. And nowadays I am not playing that a lot of Celtic music, but doing my own music, but doing this kind of chat music, I don't like to write music, but I like to do music, live music. I love live music, and I love to forget myself and to meditate using music, because I didn't knew that the thing that I did since I was a teenager, it was meditation. You know what I mean? I was always meditating without knowing that is meditation, because always meditation is go to this path, you can see a forest, something like that, but there is a lot of possibilities of meditation. Then because of that I am here. I can listen to you.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was muted. My dog keeps playing with his squeaky toy, so I keep muting myself. I was saying that that's fascinating to me, because someone like me, I can't just sit in silence to meditate, but I can put on music and sit there and meditate. So I love that. I mean, that's why I love music. One of the many reasons. Tim, you want to share anything with us, Tim?
Sure. I'd first like to say that I'm totally enthralled with the stories of the other teachers.
Me too.
What inspires them. When I came to Inside Timer, it was, again, as I said, to heal from not one but two divorces, and I was in a place of deep depression, and I didn't know how to get out of that. So I would listen to a lot of the teachers, and over a course of time, that began to, get me together. And I noticed one day that there were a few people teaching, and they would incorporate music or just play quietly. And I said, I can do that. I do that all the time. So I reached out to Maddie Gerard and asked if it was okay if I submitted music as just streams. And she said, sure, go ahead. And not too long after that, she asked if I would go live on camera doing that. And I was like, no, Maddie, I'm shy. So I came around, and eventually it became very comforting and comfortable to do. I didn't do so great when I first started composing music for the site. It was hit or miss, because I had to learn, first of all, that as a meditation musician with a rock and roll and house music and R&B background, that the secret to meditation music is to stay out of the way of the meditators so you don't distract them. So watching others perform and play their music, I'm like, oh, so that's how you do that. So the first two compositions I did were not well received. But after that, I listened to the constructive criticism and worked through it, and I had a pretty good run ever since then. And I love that I get to create with different types of instruments again. I have 2 digital audio workstations that handle samples or virtual instruments. I keep a keyboard over here to my right, again, samplers to my left. I'm always reaching around saying, okay, that's not working. Let me come over here and see if I can feel something over here. Let me pick up the guitar and see if I can feel something. And so I'm constantly just waiting for that flow and that piece where after I've recorded something, I'll sit back and close my eyes and just listen. And if it resonates with me, most of the time I'll go ahead and upload. I've also had to learn that some of the compositions may not be for me. I may not like how they feel or how they are presented, but some of those have been much better received than the ones that I approved of. So again, it was a learning process, and I'm always happy to continue to share new music. and find new ways to make it better for the person listening.
And Tim, Michelle just said you're also an author and a great guide through the Psalms. I have seen you doing the Psalms. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
I'm a creative powerhouse. Anything that's creative, whether it be music or writing or photography or sketching, painting, I don't know where all this came from. It's just coming out. So I've got about 7 or 8 books published through Amazon.
Wow.
Everything from poetry to Bible doctrine to science fiction.
I had no idea. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Definitely going to check all this out. Nikki says being able to play different instruments is like being able to speak different languages. So impressive. Yeah, I agree, Nikki. Absolutely. Matt, what do you want to say, Matt?
Hello, can you hear me now?
We can hear you now.
Okay. All right. Those are all beautiful, very beautiful stories, your journeys and experiences. I love it. I love even, you know, how Chris says that what inspires you. You know, we've been asked, probably all of us have been asked this question, you know, countless times. But really, yes, everything. I feel that so much. And I always have this like story like, oh, well, I did this and I did this and I did this. But I'm like, you know, yeah, that's very true. That music is all around, and the energy, we just kind of tap into it. But really, for me, I've always been interested in frequencies and sound waves and patterns and shapes and Easter eggs, as a lot of you know that follow me. But just how, you know, frequencies can be this sound here, this note, and it's also this color. And it always really fascinated me since I was very young. And yada, 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 years go by. I have a few near-death experiences that kind of changed really everything for me, where those sound waves and those colors and all of that energy just kind of made a lot more sense. And when I finally came back, I knew that I had to do something with that. It's a very long story, and I don't want to drag it out for the next 2 hours. But
you can share it with us.
Yeah, I knew that when I came back to whatever this realm is, that I had to explore it and try and help everyone anybody possible to find peace. And so my journey really is taking those frequencies and trying to help anybody who's willing to listen to find peace. And I found this site, my friend Julie Skon, who's a teacher here. I don't know if you know her. It's JuliEskon, who has inspired me countless times. Said, hey, I'm a meditator here. Check it out. You should upload your music. And boom, I came on, and I've been doing live streams for about a year now, and it has been the greatest experience of my life. But really, my inspiration is just everything around me, and the frequencies they channel, I think, through me to whoever really is willing to listen. So it's a beautiful thing. But I'm happy to be here, and I love your beautiful stories. And I love how everyone is just like, we just want to bring people peace. So it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I love that. And, you know, one of the questions that we had was, what would you want someone to feel or receive when they're listening to your music? And I would love for you to answer that, because you partially did. And I'm going to ask everyone else to jump in and answer that as well. But what would you say?
Yeah, for me, it really is peace. I do believe that peace is the most important energy that you can possess, and it's so hard for people to find. I know a lot of people just come here because they can't find peace. People will message me and they'll say, I'm going through this. How can you help? In what way? And I try and my best to help anybody who needs peace to find peace. And it's so important to me. I know that if you can't find peace in this world, then you won't find peace in the next. And it's so important. And so, you know, a lot of our streams, our peace streams that we have is just how can we find peace? If your energy, you know, I say if your energy is way up here, maybe we can bring it down here. If it's too low, we can bring it out to about here and get you flowing in the same wavelengths and frequencies and hertz at the same time together as one. And peace is just so important. So that really drives me. And that's I think that's the most important thing for me to try and get out to the world and to whoever is willing to listen.
And I think you do an amazing job of that, because definitely any of us who listen to your lives or any of your music feel that. And I know recently I was going through like just some crazy stuff happening, nothing major, but you were like this constant reminder to me to just protect your peace. And I was like, yeah, why am I stressing myself out? Right. So I canceled all my lives for June and July. And I'm not saying that was Matt's fault. I'm saying that I did it.
Sorry.
Before anyone says, oh, Matt, no. I did it because I felt like I needed that break. And I was like, yeah, you're right. I need to kind of, you know, like regroup and get my peace. And,
right.
And, you know, it's such a great reminder because that's why we're here, right? Like most of us come here looking for some kind of peace. Yeah. And I was like, wait, why am I stressing myself out? Just, you know, chill out.
It's beautiful. Yeah. And if you can't find that peace, how can you help other people to find your peace?
Exactly.
So, for sure.
Does anybody else want to jump in on that one? What do you want people to get from your music? I want to just make this a conversation. I mean, I can call on you if you want me to, but I love when everybody just kind of talks and jumps in and have conversations with one another. So if anybody wants to jump in, please feel free. Or I will call on you.
I love the crickets. They're just flowing when it's silent.
I know, especially at that time, right? The crickets are appropriate.
That's right.
I for one, I like that when I present music, there's a lot of different ways that people can receive it. I typically do 2 live streams with music a week, one on Wednesday and one on Thursday. The Wednesday live stream is what I call the Wednesday night house party. And that's where I'll play music from the 70s, 80s, and 90s, just nostalgic kind of music. Because sometimes I find that brings up good memories prior to someone experiencing bad ones. They're like, oh, I remember when I used to hang out with my friends listening to that song all the time. And so that became something that I tried to do here. Typically on Friday, but Fridays were phased out, so I had to put it on Wednesdays. But it's been received the same way, that most of the people who attend my lives are very happy to hear some of these songs they haven't heard in ages that remind them of happier times in life, which heals them in the present to remember that life can be good if you just remember that it was at one time, it can be now as well. And then on Thursday, I just do the live piano / guitar. And that was interesting to me because after when I came to Insight Timer, I really had no intention of playing anything. I was in a very dark place. But along the lines, I said, okay, I need to do something with my gifts. And I put away all of the synthesizers and the drum machines and just focused on the piano for a change to play what was in me. You know, it's easy to have a band behind you.
Recording stopped.
When it's just you and the instrument, that's a different kind of feel.
Recording in progress.
I have no idea why that happened. I'm sorry.
I did that. No problem. So I went that route, and that began the music that I made here on Insight Timer. And from there, I pulled everything else back in to give the listeners a more immersive experience, if you will.
Anybody else want to take that one?
I'll say something. So I have to sit down and up because my camera's all wonky, but that's okay. I feel like for me, I always play a song at the end, and that was inspired by a beautiful blossom, and it's called the Blessing Song, and it's the last line is that I want people to know that they are loved, and I think, yeah, so that they walk away or sleep or whatever they do, they go away knowing that.
Do you want to play a little bit of it for us?
Sure. I sing blessings to you and to you. I sing blessings to you and to you. May you know joy in your being. May you know peace in your heart. May you have a deep, deep sense of love, 'cause you are loved. And it's funny because when I sing it, you know, on Insight Timer as a teacher, you can see all the bubbles. So I always sing to the bubbles to let them know that they are loved and that I want to sing blessings to them, you know. That's what we hear as musicians. Not just as the muso, not just the person leading, but everybody within the group is sharing and loving and caring, and so that's what I want people to go away with.
That's beautiful, Judy. I love that. So beautiful.
So that song came from Blossom. I'll tell the story. So when I first started listening to her, of course everyone knows how amazing she is, and she used to sing happy birthday at the end of hers. I don't know if she still does, but I was like, oh, I really like having a hook at the end of a session, because it creates, you know, just creates a format, and when things are in a format as a teacher, it makes it easier for people to learn. So it's just, so then I just thought, yeah, so I made this little song. It's only a minute 19 seconds, but it's really become a theme for my group, and yeah, so always thanks to Blossom for that.
Oh, I love that. Blossom, do you still use a hook? I haven't heard you ending your lives with a hook.
Just trying to unmute myself. I sometimes do at the end. I do happy birthdays, and yeah, not all the time, depending on situation. Yeah, it's I love Judy. I love your song. Oh, so beautiful.
It is really beautiful.
You. Yeah.
Does anybody else want to respond to that one? What you want people to feel or receive from your music?
I didn't want to be the first one to share music, but I'll pull out my guitar for a second.
Come on, do
so
it.
I can. Okay. I think with the live stream, it's interesting for me that I don't consider myself to be a great singer. I just play from my heart. And most of my meditation music on Insight Timer is instrumental. So it's been very exciting that the live stream is different, that people really want to know the words and they want to hear what the song is about. So there's always a story to tell. And I'll pick the ones that Blossom told me she likes, my seashell song. It's named The Alabaster Seashell. And I wrote it when I was 17. And it was just basically, there were 4 verses. It had no chorus. There's a seashell on the beach. It was the first verse. The second one is a little boy or a young man, could be. The boy gives it to a girl. And then the girl is holding the shell in the third verse, crying because he's gone. And then the last verse was, she has the shell, she's an older woman, and she looks at it and it reminds her of a beautiful memory. So that was the story from when I was 17. And here I was in my 50s thinking, how can I make this into a song that has a chorus? And it came to me that a seashell is a beautiful metaphor for something that's left behind when the creature is gone.
Wow.
The creature could have left, could have been the child, the boy grew up. And suddenly the revelation was it went from being a song that was maybe a love song about a boy and a girl and an older woman to my son that died. It was suddenly about the fact that I remembered going to the beach with him and him handing me a shell that he found. And then there was the day that I held him at that beach, and I knew that he may not have a long life because he had a really bad heart. And I put that into the words. That seashell once held a living thing. Its beauty remains to always bring memories of days like the one, holding him tightly in a setting sun. So the metaphors just brought tears, and I did not have anything to remember the song except the words. So I did remember it had these really pretty chords. I won't play the whole song, just the verse about him finding the shell and giving it to the girl. The alabaster seashell rests gently in his hand. He tells her how he found it, a treasured memory, and reminder of his love. That seashell once held a living thing. Its beauty remains to always bring reminders of days like the one, holding him tightly in a setting sun. And that gives you a flavor for what I do, to incorporate how my grief has healed through my songs, and to have other people find a metaphor for their loved one, because that beautiful day, those memories, those don't die. Mm-hmm. We can always miss the ones we love, but their memory is a treasure that we will always carry.
Oh, that's so beautiful, Judy. Thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome.
Chris
I
or
have
Pablo.
tears.
Oh, I know I was feeling that.
Well, that's the whole thing. If I play it live and I have tears, or when I write music, if it brings me to tears, I'm on the right path.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tears are healing.
They are very healing. I agree. Pablo or Chris, do either of you want to share anything?
Can you
Repeat it.
tell me the I forget the question.
Yes. Hang on one second. It's what would you want someone to feel or receive after listening to your music?
No, that is impossible to know. I don't know. Because I think I have something to say, but it's like I don't know if the because English is not my first language.
That's okay.
When you put a thing inside a bottle and take it to the sea.
Yes. Message in a bottle.
What?
A message in a bottle?
Yes, it's like a message in a bottle. I don't expect anything. I do what I want to do, and the things that I feel that is important for people to know some things, because when people go to Inside Timer, most of the people, they are very lost. They don't know where to go. They came there because they are asking, they are searching. Right. Then I am doing things, and if someone need that, it's like to be a tree. Mm-hmm. You are a tree, and you have fruits, you have mangoes, And if someone needs a mango, take this mango if you are hungry. You know what I mean? But
Yes.
I don't expect if the mango is good for you, is bad for you. If you like mangoes, for me, it's impossible to understand that. I used to do the combination between my two professions, psychology and music, and try to bring people tools for anxiety, for how to sleep, for how to listen music, because it's not that easy to listen to music or to meditate with music. You need to understand what music is if you want to use music as a tool. But I don't expect anything. And I'm very happy when people are connect with the things that I do, because I do things for people, but I'm not expecting
Yeah.
like something concrete.
Yeah, I like that image though. You just kind of put that message in the bottle and throw it out there and see what they get from it. That's great. Love
Yeah.
it. Chris, how about you? Do you want to add anything?
Well, yes, with when all of us create music, actually, it's very important to be a listener. Because if there is no listener, there is no creator. It has to be a creator and a listener. So it's very important to have that connection. So the most important for me for when I create music, because it's something very important for me to be alive. I don't. Many times I don't have a specific idea that I want to pass to the others, and I like that image. When you hear music, you can imagine things. You can create your own dreams. You can create your own messages, and this is something that I really love in art. Not only in music, many says that, I create that picture, that painting, and I want to say that this is a woman, this is a creator, anything. But I don't like to see only that. I believe art has something to do, to talk to everyone, and most of the times it's different. And this is the beautiful thing on art. You can make something as a creator, and can everyone can understand different things, but with one common. This is the beauty and the love, and for the art, for the persons, something like that. So it's a free. There is a freedom on all that, and this is a beautiful thing. And especially, I want to say something about, because I am I am a classic guitarist. I have studied classic guitar with many years of studying, and many years with jazz music, and many years with free music, with ambient music, with meditation music, with every kind I can understand. Because I'm teaching very long time, from 20 years old, I see how much important is the music to the kids. This is something not that you asked for to say, but because then it has to be with what we want to talk to others with our art. It's very important for the kids. Music and art, but music especially, has to do a lot of things with our kids. It's very important for their mind, for their stability, for their life as adults. And I believe that we have to say many things to the kids with the music. It's very important, very important. As ancient Greeks said, the music is one of the most important thing in the culture. Ancient Greeks has three things. One was the, sorry for my English.
It's okay.
Episteme. It's Greek. It's episteme. It's the technology and everything, physics and mathematics, all of that. It's one thing. The other thing is philosophy, of course. With philosophy, it's about with the music, and the athletics. It's very important. These three things, and music was one of the three things. Very, very important to create better people and better community. Something like that. Sorry about my English.
No. That's fine. And I couldn't agree more. I really think that encouraging kids with music, I mean, that's amazing. I could not agree with you more. I have another question here. Do you have a favorite instrument, sound, or style that feels most you? And if you do, share with us why. And anybody wants to tackle that one, feel free. Be brave, jump in. So that was favorite instrument, sound, or style that feels most you. I'm loving the crickets.
I'll go.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll cut out the crickets. Oh. I love the crickets. They're beautiful. That's my favorite sound.
Yeah,
it's the crickets right
me
there.
Too.
I honestly, I do love the piano. I've always been very enthralled by just the piano, even as a kid. My whole family, they all play the piano. I was the last one to play it. I just started playing really during the pandemic. But I really love those frequency sounds, those drones. I do a lot of pads and frequency sounds, and I love them. I think it's very calming. Even binaural beats. But my favorite instrument in the history of instruments would have to be the human voice, which as Violet and Blossom know that I always encourage them to sing. I think it's this beautiful instrument that almost everyone has access to, and all of your voices are so beautiful. Anytime you use them, it makes me happy. I feel like even just being here in this space today, I feel like all of you have been singing songs to me, even without. I mean, you all have your own cadence and your own pitch that you're in, but when you start speaking to me, I hear it as this beautiful song and this story that you're telling me. I can hear the pads in the background, some sounds, but it's so beautiful. So I love the human voice. I think that's the greatest instrument that the universe has given to us, and I started using my voice really just during the pandemic when I couldn't find singers, professional or really good singers to sing my songs. I said, I guess I got to start doing it myself, and so here we are now.
Wow, that's amazing. I didn't know that. I love that.
Here we are.
And I do love that you're always encouraging me and Blossom to sing. I haven't gotten there yet, but maybe someday.
You gotta sing. Sing. Blossom's been singing. Everyone loves it. I love it. It's always beautiful. She'll just stop and say, all right, I'm going to sing a little bit. And then everyone says, oh, here we go. It's just very calming. And like the way I explain it is even like, when you hear cartoon characters sing, it's not like this, like, oh, wow, that's like Whitney Houston. But it's a very recognizable voice, and your voices are very recognizable.
All right, I could do cartoon character. Okay.
Yeah, like if I heard your voice and I was in the middle of Times Square and it was just on this loudspeaker, I'd be like, oh, that's Violet. Or that's Blossom. Or that's Judy. Or, even Pablo and, Chris and Tim. If I heard that voice just speaking to me, it's like the voice of God. It's very recognizable. And I think if you just add a melody to it, it doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to be Whitney Houston. You don't have to be Mariah Carey. And I am definitely proof of that. When you come to my streams, I sing, throughout the whole stream. And I was never a singer. But everyone has a voice. And if you have a voice and you can, you can put a melody to it, and you have a message that you want to get out there, the melodies will last much longer in the end, I learned this through death and through my grandmother who had Alzheimer's. And she would look at me with a blank stare. She didn't know what was going on. It was just kind of, she was floating around with a little kind of smile on her face, but she had no idea. She had very thick onset of Alzheimer's to where she didn't even know that her husband was her husband when he would come in the room, and she would freak out, and she would just, go into a panic mode. And so when I would see her, how do I approach grandma? How do I, hey, grandma, grandmommy, da-da-da. She doesn't know what's going on. So what I started doing is I just started singing those old school songs from church. Like, amen, amen, amen. And then by the time I got to that fourth or fifth amen, then she was, I recognize that. And so then she starts clapping and starts saying, amen. And so those melodies, you'll realize they last much, and the frequencies and the melodies, they last much longer than even just spoken word. And so that's why I put a lot of my messages into melodies, so people can say, okay, I connect with that and I remember that.
Yeah, that's
I
beautiful.
think that answers the question.
It does answer the question. That's beautiful. And, I've read things about that. They've done that with, dementia and Alzheimer's patients, that they may not know what's going on now or remember what happened yesterday, but they make such a connection to the music. So there's a lot to be said for the science behind that. That's incredible.
Those frequencies.
Yeah. Go ahead, Pablo. Jump in.
Well, for me, when I was a teenager, I was studying classical guitar as Chris. And then one day I listened in the next room a sound that changed my life. And it was a violin. That sound for me is incredible. And I don't know who were playing, but then years after that, I have the chance to play for the first time a note in the violin, and it was terrible. It was very disappointed because I was expecting a very beautiful vibrato and a very beautiful sound, and I only get... And I say, oh my God, this is this is that bad. And the guy says to me, no, it's always because you are starting the instrument. Because, if you don't know how to play piano and you do this on a piano, it sounds, or in a guitar it sounds, but in the violin never sounds. And since that, I am searching for the sound that I have in my mind. Then it's like all day you are trying to do the sound that you dream of. It's like I have a perfect sound on my mind, and I never take... sometimes it passes, and sometimes I go to sleep and I feel like I am Paganini, you know what I mean? The beautiful, today was perfect, the perfect sound, I get it. And the next day you start playing, I say, oh no, my God, it was not like yesterday. Then it's a very amazing instrument because each day is a new day for the instrument. And if you stop like a week, it goes very worst. If you study too much, it goes worst. Then each day is like a thing that you are discovering. Each day is a very, very beautiful discovery. And that's my perfect instrument and my perfect sound. And also the best word that I love, violin. That word for me is very beautiful. And applies in many languages. That is very good. It's like a universal word, violin.
It's like violet, right, Blossom? Yeah, I love violin music. I think next to piano, that's like my favorite thing to listen to at night when I'm falling asleep. It's so beautiful, and it's so moving, like it can be so melancholy, it's so deep. It's almost like it's crying at you. I love it. I love that sound. Does anybody else want to jump in on that one? A favorite instrument or a sound or a style that feels most like you? Blossom, I'm going to put you on the spot. I know you have an answer.
I do. Of course, it's piano for me. I did learn the violin and play in the school second violin section. And I was so glad that no one could hear me. Yeah. But that was a good experience, to be able to play in the orchestra, and yeah, it's an amazing experience to be able to play with other musicians. As for my favorite style, even though I'm classically trained, but the improvisation really, really resonates with me. And when I listen to jazz music, from other jazz musicians whose videos I found, I really resonate with the fact that, we can basically play anything we like. And there's no such thing as wrong notes. So it really resonates with me. And during my life, sometimes when I improvise and, like the deep listening, I think Chris mentioned about deep listening, that really, touches my heart. Because when you improvise, if you don't listen deeply, it just doesn't work. So I listen. Sorry. So sometimes when I pause at when after I play something, and I can't hear what's coming. So excuse me for a minute.
Okay.
I can't hear what's coming. So, but because I improvise, I can take my time to, pause and then continue playing, and it's so freeing to be able to have that option of the piece and let my audience feel the silence in between the music, in between the notes. And it's just so amazing to be able to, that's how the meditation comes in, because being in the present moment, it's all what improvisation is about. The music and the gap between the music, to be able to be free to share. When the music calls for silence, that's a perfect place to just rest, and until I'm called to play the next thing again. It's just amazing to allow that music to flow and to connect with everything, with the universe, with everything. It's of course this amazing community. They are there to support and listen. It's just I'm just so grateful I'm here, and
Oh, wait, my doorbells are ringing. Who is it? Okay, here we go. Sorry, had to let somebody in. That brings up another question. Is there an instrument that you would magically like to master? Like Mende mentioned that one day you will be playing the harp. Is that on your list of instruments that someday you'd like to magically master?
No.
No? Anybody? Does anybody have an instrument they'd like to?
I did buy a harp, and I'm collecting my instruments, but
they're nice
I'm a
to look
collector.
at.
Yes, exactly. And I also have a Native American flute. I love collecting
we're
them.
both going to learn how to play that together, and we're going to do a concert.
So when I'm called to pick up the harp, I will. But at the moment, it's not calling me.
No. All right.
Hi, Sam.
Sam, welcome. Sam, do you want to introduce yourself to everybody? Let us know, where you are, what time it is, because I know it's probably late, early for you, very early.
So sorry for being late.
That's okay.
I slept in.
Well, good for you.
When do I sleep in? I'm usually up at 6 a.m. every morning, and this morning I'm like,
too early.
It's 8 o'clock, and we're on. And I saw your message, Violet. I'm glad I'm here.
Oh, we're glad you're here.
Oh, thank you. And I've only got my guitar set up today. I haven't got the rest of my rig, although I could
Fine.
turn around and play keyboards back there, whatever.
Fine.
My name is Sam Cutri, and just let me slow down for a minute and take a breath.
Yes, take a breath.
So, I am the founder of Soundful Experience, which is a vibrational therapy sound that I do. I work in person. I do 3 or 4 shows a month around town, and I do Insight Timer a couple of times a week usually. And I'm just so grateful for this amazing community. I have also just started doing some corporate work, which I'm like, wow, that's amazing. I got a job the other day, which I thought you guys might be interesting, because I heard someone, was it Chris, you talking about the children?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, okay. Well, I was invited to go have a look at this new childcare centre called Zen for Kids. And the lady who owns it has asked me to do soundful protocols for every stage in every room for the kids. So the mornings, eatings, sleeping, and yeah, so that is amazing, and I love the kids.
Wow, that sounds wonderful.
Yeah, it's important we do as much as we can for them. Hey, Juan.
So see, you're
Yeah,
not
so
the only
this-
one late to the party.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Right
That
on
makes
time.
it better.
I learned here at in Inside Timer that we are never late.
Exactly.
Never
That
late.
everything is perfect.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
That
And
is
no
just
mistake.
good. Hello, everybody. So good to meet you all.
Oh,
Hey,
Sorry for being late.
No, no need to apologize. That's fine.
Mother's Day is this weekend. I don't know if any of you has Mother's Day celebration
Yeah.
this weekend as well. Maybe
Yeah.
you, Pablo.
I have my live on Mother's Day. That's the best
Aw.
thing for me.
Nice.
Oh, that's so cool.
My songs are my babies. I have 3 kids, but they know.
Tell them that. Tell them that you are not my babies.
They don't want to
It's
be
my
babies
songs.
anymore.
It's my song.
They can work around it.
Oh, I love that.
Sorry to interrupt. I don't know if there was
No.
anybody.
I think, Sam, did you want to add anything else?
no, I also just rocked up, Juan, so you're not late, mate. We're perfectly synced,
Absolutely.
and we rocked up together. Well done. Yeah, I'm just glad to be here. I'm glad I made it.
Yeah, Juan,
Thank you.
since you just came in, tell everyone where you are, who you are, anything you want to share.
Oh, thank you. That's so nice. Well, first of all, thank you, Violet, for making this possible. My dear friends Blossom, Violet, and Matt are here too. I'm so happy to share with them and to meet you all. Maybe I crossed a few words with Pablo, but anyways, it's great to meet you. Here you have a friend and somebody that believes in love and music as well. So I'm sure we all synchronize in that way. I am in Guayaquil, Ecuador. I was born here, lived my teenage years and part of my childhood, adulthood in Costa Rica, and I came back to Ecuador 4 years ago. I've been playing guitar since I am 12 years old, so for 5 years, and and it's just the most amazing thing for me. It helped me a lot spiritually, through the struggles in high school, people bullying and all that stuff. Music. The minute I brought my guitar to the school, everything was fixed. I became the bully. No, I'm kidding. But
The heckler.
but I became the heckler. No, it was a way for me to connect with people, and it has always been part of me, very natural. I'm actually trying to see beyond the guitar, like making the guitar more of a tool than a goal. And Inside Timer has been wonderful for me because I think it's a space with so special people. You guys there, I'm not seeing the chat. I had to connect this so fast, but I want to tell you all there, and I think my friends here, my musician friends, will agree that having you as an audience is such a privilege, because you're people that actually take the time to listen and to be open to new things. Like when I don't know if you guys have the same thing. It's not a problem, but when you are out performing, people will come to you and say, "Hey, do you know this song? You're maybe performing." I've had times when I'm performing original music and people come to my ear and they put a song in the cell phone for me to listen to. "Hey, do you know this one?" And you're performing something. And it's just funny. And here in Inside Timer, I feel you guys are just open to be moved by music. And believe me, that's a very rare talent. Maybe some of us musicians don't have that talent. And being open to be moved by music is very important, very important.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
With that said, it's just a privilege to be able to share with all of you. Thank you so much. Sorry for being late. Crazy city, but
no need to be sorry. And I don't know if you want to tackle that. What instrument do you wish you could magically master overnight? We were asking that question before.
Oh, wow. Very interesting question.
This is an interesting question.
Can I say more than one?
Yes.
Do I have to stick to one?
No, more than one.
Can I say two?
Yeah.
Okay. So first, I would master the piano because now that I see all that you can do production-wise with the comfort of the keyboards, you can make a whole arrangement really fast, which you can also do with the guitar, but it's a bit more troublesome, so to say. So the piano for me is like having a complete orchestra in your hands, and the guitar as well, but the piano is like wide. The guitar is like a compressed orchestra. The piano is wide. And here we have so many great piano players. Maybe I should take lessons from them. Yeah. And the other one would be the violin, because it's really like, out of all the instruments that I can think of, it's got like the most singing quality, in the sense that the notes just slide through one another. It's the guitar. I can do these bends and stuff, but it's not the same. Like a violin, it's microtonal, and in guitars we start putting more frets, so it becomes microtonal. The violin is fretless, and but it's very difficult. It's very difficult. Like the piano, you do this, it sounds good. The guitar, it will take a couple of hours for it to sound good. A violin, to sound good one note, takes years. And so yeah. But
I don't know if you were here when Pablo was talking about that. He said that the first time he played the violin, he thought it sounded bad, right?
Yeah, like Pablo, I heard a little of Pablo. I was connecting what Pablo was saying, because you started playing classical guitar and then you moved to the violin. Yes, that can be so frustrating, probably the first.
Oh yes, a lot.
But I'm sure it was rewarding for you when it happened, when it clicked.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, awesome, my friend.
Amazing.
It's kind of the Jethro Tull story. Do you know that guy, the flute player?
What's the story? Tell us.
Wanted to become prolific in an instrument, so he started with the guitar. And one time he went to a club and heard Eric Clapton play, and he went and sold his guitar and said, "I'm buying a flute."
That's so good.
Yes.
I'd love to add something that's kind of different. I'm sort of outside the box, because I'm completely attached to playing guitar, and live stream is so different. When you do a live, it's completely you and the guitar. But most of my time is spent with technology. I actually learned, because I didn't play the guitar for 30 years, I had to learn how to use microphones and Pro Tools. And I decided a few years ago to record all my songs myself with multiple layers of guitar. And I had to learn some improvising, just like what Blossom was talking about. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I pulled out the nylon guitar and I record that and harmonics. And I have a capo and I do a whole other line of guitar for my song. And then, of course, the vocal. I always have a vocal. I have 52 songs, so I call them my deck of cards, or one for every week of the year.
I love that.
And I haven't written a new song it's about the last one I wrote. It's 10 years, but I just keep working on the ones I have. So now I'm doing meditation music, and I work with someone, and he plays beautiful piano, and he can play my song in a beautiful way with his improvisation, following the chords, and then we can add cello and flute. You know, all this is digital. It's with MIDI. But he's pretty, he just does the rough part, you know, where he has all the skill and the musicianship. But then I get in there and I pull together what parts I want. I don't always want a violin or flute, and I put together my own arrangements, and it's all technology, but it's not me playing, it's his playing, but I love the result, and it works for meditation really well. So I think it's just interesting to have a whole other area to share.
Yeah. Are you putting any of those tracks on Insight Timer?
I worked with probably 5 different arrangers through the years. What's so interesting is the very first guy I worked with, we did my most played meditation, which I called Meditation Music to Set You Free from Grief. And we had 6 songs we were doing, and then he told me, I don't want to do this anymore. I could do it, but you're going to have to pay double.
Wow.
And it was really upsetting. It was almost harder on me, that relationship ending, than my own divorce, if you can believe that. Because he was 5 years I worked with this guy, and all of a sudden, you know, he doesn't want to work with me. And it was because of doing meditation music. So I moved on from him, and he actually at the end told me, don't talk. I'm going to do this, and I don't want you. We can work together if you don't talk.
Wow.
So that was a lesson to me that it wasn't fun anymore. Yeah. And then I started working with other people, and I learned Pro Tools because I was watching. I didn't know what they were doing, and I learned. And then I think the third guy, he did my favorites ones, Beside Me Always and Angel in the Sky. I have a track named Heavenly Healing Meditation Songs. And he played chords that were like breathing, and it was so beautiful. And again, it's a very well-played track on Insight Timer, but it's not any of me with the guitar, but it's my song. And it was a few years ago that I decided I'm going to learn how to do all of this myself and work it from home. And so it's been an evolution that I just love. And so that's what I wanted to share.
Oh, I like that. That's great.
Thank you.
And I'm curious to know, because obviously we don't see all the technology behind what all of you do. Does anybody want to share anything about the technology that you use? Because I'm always, being a tech geek, I'm always fascinated by that.
Well, yes. I'm a technology freak, actually. Maybe like you. From my breath, I believe. I grew up with a screwdriver because my dad was an electrician. And I was working from my 5 years old, I believe, with my father, with everything with electricity. I built my first, radio at 10 years old. Wow. And my broadcast at 10 years old. Actually, then it was forbidden and it was very dangerous. They're going for the jail for that. In Greece. Yes, about the first, I want to add something for the instruments and the colors. I believe that, of course, I begin with a guitar, and I was in love with the guitar, actually the electric guitar, but then the classic guitar and the jazz guitar, and then the fusion guitar, and then the fretless guitar, and then the 12-string guitar, every guitar that exists. But because I understand that I am a creator, I'm a composer, so year after year I discover that the instrument has to do nothing. It's just, a color. And I love the colors. And I love to use the colors, many colors in a painting. Here the guitar, here after my first album was based on the guitar and drums, and stuff like that. My second was based on more on strings and sax, and now I use every color I can imagine, and I love the colors. So the colors, it's very important for the music. But yes, if maybe the guitar is my first, but every instrument has its voice. Now about the technology. The technology is something very, very important for now, I believe, for the 60s and then, but every era, I believe, the technology was the piano. The classical piano at the Beethoven era, it was a discovery. Before that, it was the Baroque pianos and stuff like that, or the violins. At the classical era, it was technology. Before that, it was with frets and stuff like that. So the technology with the music, it's very, very closed, very, very closed. At the 60s, we have the electricity, and so the electric powers and guitars and synths and stuff like that. We have to work with technology, all the musicians, more or less. And that now we have a problem because we're too much technology and less instrument and composing. And we have to balance that. We have to know how to record our music, how to mix, master, and stuff like that. And okay, if you're a techno freak like me, it's a beautiful thing, but this is something that you that get time for your instrument that you're composing. So we have to balance that. But yes, the technology is very, very important. Okay, for me.
Yeah, and it's amazing to me because I know Blossom, one of your hesitations was learning all the technology, and look how much you've learned. I mean, it's amazing how much all of you use technology. I'm always impressed by that. Pablo.
For me, I think we are living in the most perfect time of the world. Since, I don't know, for me, each day is like, I don't know how to say how much happy am I, because I used to, my background is symphonic orchestra, and my dream always was to compose for a symphonic orchestra, and to compose for a symphonic orchestra in the 90s, it was impossible because first you need a symphonic orchestra, you need 150 musicians. But nowadays I am in an airplane with my laptop, and I have the best, beautiful symphonic orchestra that I ever had. And those musicians, they don't need to practice. I don't need to pay them, and they are perfect in tune. It's amazing. Then, for example, in the 90s, if I want, for example, I love folk music, but I can't learn everything. I can't learn duduk, oud, sitar. It's impossible for me to buy those instruments and to learn how to play each instrument. same thing with symphonic orchestra. It's impossible for me to play all the whole orchestra. But right now, I only need a software and a keyboard, and that's it. Or maybe I don't need a keyboard because I can enter the notes by my mouse, using my mouse. Then for me, that is amazing. Because, for example, if you have a real instrument, for example, an oboe, the oboe in the high tones is very hard for the guy to do like 2 minute sound, but my own oboist that I have on my computer can play everything. Then we are in a new world. It's amazing. We are in a new world about what says Chris is a timbre world. Timbre. I don't know the name in English. Timbre. We are in a new world when you don't need to play each instrument, but you can listen everything.
Yeah, and we have a question from the members here. It's, what do you think about AI? So I would love to hear what all of you think about AI.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been using AI. Well, you go ahead.
No, only for to finish. For me, it's like a very cliche. The things that I listen with that is very cliche. For me, doesn't make any sense till now. Maybe in the future, but right now doesn't make any difference for me.
Somebody else jump in because I know you all had an opinion.
I wasn't too keen to get involved with AI music creation because of the negativity surrounding it. But what I've learned is, because I'm a songwriter, a composer, I will put a demo through my, this creative process in my digital audio workstation, and then upload it to one of those AI platforms to just polish it. Not all of us can afford $500 an hour sessions, hiring musicians and singers and all of that. And Suno, which is the one I use, it just makes it sound like it is in my head. I get as close as I can, but it just smooths it all out and makes it sound great. So I don't use it for everything, but I do play around with it a little bit. And I like it, but it's just a tool. I think that's what I'm getting at. It's just another tool to use, like the digital audio workstation. It has like thousands of instruments and effects and all that stuff. And some people say, well, that's not being a real musician. I'm like, being a musician means you use whatever you can get music out of to share with your listeners the ideas you're trying to convey to them.
And you already are a musician, so you're, like you said, you're polishing what you have. Like if somebody like me, I'm not a musician. If I just said, hey, make a song for me. And actually, I've heard people do that. And I can hear the difference, when someone is like me, not a musician, and they're just asking AI to create a song versus someone who is a musician and has something that they just want to enhance. So I hear you on that one.
Yeah. I got something to say about it.
Yeah.
It's called AI slop. And I think our ears are all getting quite in tune with something that is created with AI, from images to video to music.
Yes.
And what I believe is going to happen in time is we're going to see kind of like a super cycle of ultra creativity come about from humans, that something that we've never really seen before, where we use AI, but the thing that's going to differentiate between the people who are really good at prompting versus the people with creativity and artistry is this, and the voice, and the instruments we play, and the real musicians and artists that are painting and playing and singing. And I think that will never be replaced.
I agree.
Although as Tim says, he's right. It's just damn so perfect. But the thing with AI music, you listen to it the first time and you go, wow, that's amazing. But you listen to it the second time and you recognize that there's something missing. And that's the soul of a person. The feeling is just not there. I'm not talking about songs that we write and then put into AI to help, but I'm talking about songs that are completely generated through prompting.
Right.
That's a really interesting space. I use AI all the time, but it's mainly for admin, help me sort out sheets and all that background stuff. But I don't use it for making music. It's simply a principle at the moment. So, but who knows? Yeah.
And I
that's
feel
my
like we're the rest of us who are not musicians, like I'm getting to the point where if I hear a song, I can tell the difference. Just like you said, you hear the soul in something that's been done by a musician versus something that's just been thrown out there. And it's like the stuff that you see on social media. I'm like, oh, that's AI and that's AI, and I don't want to see that. I'm not interested in that. I want the real stuff.
I have an
Everyone
AI.
wants the real.
I have a little anecdote with AI. I put most of my music on Insight Timer, but I had time and I wanted to upload to a platform called TuneCore, which distributes music to Amazon, iTunes, Spotify, etc. So I've been with them for 10 years, and I put up a guitar album, and I got a message back that it's rejected because it has AI, which it doesn't. And you really can't even replicate guitar the way I do it with AI anyway. And I've done like 5 other albums. So I argued, and there was no convincing.
Oh, no.
I rebounced everything out. They said it was too perfect. I have a denoiser, and I'm not going to put the noise back
How
in.
dare
Just
you be
to,
perfect?
Yeah, I mean, they want it not denoised. This would help. And I'm like, what? So I found another platform, and I'm taking all my music down. But when I looked on the internet, a lot of musicians were encountering this problem. It's a backlash to AI. And I asked AI, how do I combat this? So I thought it was funny asking ChatGPT, what do I do to get my music to get through? And I'm like, this is crazy. They're so against AI that they got me, and I don't even use it for my guitar.
Wow.
Judy, is that a Neumann you're talking into?
Yes, it is.
Oh, you win for having the best microphone in the house.
I got it used. It's probably 35 years old, whatever.
Wait, what's the microphone? I'm interested.
The Neumann, I forgot the number, but it's not this. I think it was about $800. I mean, but I have a smaller one, which is a story in itself. I went to buy the same one, and I got a model that was smaller, but it still works.
Thank
you.
It's really good.
Now that AI is out, people are taking the time to say it's not natural, it doesn't look natural, it doesn't sound human. But I think we're a little late on that, because production, both in graphic design, pictures, and music, it has left naturality long time ago.
Yeah.
Like just in the digital workstations, the way you can edit, the way you can tune things, the way you can time pocket performances, clean them, copy paste, all that. We've been in that road a long time ago, and to say now that AI is the one that doesn't sound human, no, our productions haven't sound human in a lot of time to now say that it is AI. So for me, I agree with you guys that it's another tool, but I think it's more now about the concept of what we want to do with our music or with our gift. Do we want it to keep sounding like this, too good to be real, or do we actually want it to become human again? And I think it's a good time to bring humanity back to music, like the value of one take. Even though it has some mistakes, maybe you, Judy, don't have mistakes, but the value of one take that comes in the moment, and the inspiration and the reality of it, and it's okay to edit something. I've been very, very butchered like with editing in projects I've produced, but now I'm looking the other way. I want naturality. That's where humans, we can compete, because in all honesty, of course we know Suno is AI and we hear a song that is AI, But if we compare a song made in Suno to sound like Taylor Swift, and then we compare Taylor Swift that has all the production tricks and tools,
Yeah.
they both sound not natural. Like, it would be, for me at least, for my ear, hypocritical to say, no, this one sounds human, and no, this one sounds AI, and this one sounds edited and auto-tuned and time pocketed and sampled, and all, where if I hear listen to a Paco de Lucia recording, okay, that's real, that's human. That's actually quite inhuman because the guy is just too good, but so yeah, I like the question. I think we all should have that think piece to say, okay, what do we want of this recording? Because if we want it to sound perfect, then just use the best tool for that. Right today is AI, right? If you want it to sound in the pocket and a perfect tuning and all that, go for the days. If you want it to sound real, then go for the real thing.
Yeah.
That's what the live streams do. They're natural.
Yes.
That's where we go.
Yes.
Well, also the thing about AI is, if you have been following AI since it really started popping, the progression has been absolutely astronomical. Just from like 2 years ago, where it was like, okay, this is clearly AI, and now we're at this point where we're going, okay, I have to think about this for a second before my brain can find exactly what's happening. So you got to realize within the next maybe 10 years, maybe 5 years, you're going to be listening to something, and they're going to taking all of this that we are putting in the matrix right now, this conversation, and they're going to be saying, oh, really, you don't think this sounds real? And they're going to be, oh, this is going to be a little bit off key over here. This is going to be, the drum's going to be a little bit behind the beat, and they're going to figure that out. So you know what? AI is here. We kind of just have to embrace it in the matrix, really. But like you said, it really is just a tool. I mean, I can imagine, like Mozart or Beethoven, just like seeing me create a song and then go back and be like, all right, I don't like this. I don't like this, and being like, okay, you're cheating, first of all, so it's really just, it's the trends. We got to embrace the technology no matter what. It's here. I didn't say you have to like it.
I agree. We like it being just a tool. As a DJ, for instance, I used digital turntables, and then those who use vinyl tell me I'm not a DJ because I don't use vinyl, and I'm like, we need to just allow people to make music as they see fit, but not to the point where we lose the human element of it. Like with the DJing, you still have to manipulate the controls and spin the turntables and stuff. Doesn't matter if they're vinyl or not. Things change. We progress from history to now, when back then all they had was a drum to beat on, but now we got all kinds of amazing things. So yeah, we have to find our way through it all, just not lose the human element of it. I like what Judy said about the live streams where you have to put up or shut up. You can't.
Yeah, that's it. It's real.
You have to play.
Well, I want to add something about all that, because AI is here to stay. This is the truth, and we are not as humans and as communities ready for that. We're not ready to live with AI. Now the AI is at the birth. We are going to see strange things and things that we can never imagine very soon. Don't forget, as Matt said, that in 2 years, when you make an AI picture, it was 6 fingers and stuff like that. And now it's very difficult because I use AI every day from the beginning. On pictures, on videos, on editing, and I work with AI on music, but I don't add in my music. But this is not the main thing. The problem with AI it is going to be perfect.
Yeah.
And it's going to be not perfect. It's going to be like human. It's going to be like Beethoven, better like Beethoven, different like Beethoven. It will be everything. Yeah. Maybe after many years, it will be creative too. We don't know. Because now we don't have actually AI. This is not AI. We have not made AI. It's just the birth. It's the first stages. Just a library, and it's learning that we have do, and he cannot create new things yet. But later we'll go on with that too. The problem is not the AI. The problem is that us as a community, as humans, we are not ready for that. And I will tell you the story with the knife. When the humans and the Homo sapiens discover, not Homo sapiens, I believe before that, discover the knife, they don't use it only to cut things and make tools and make food and something like that. They use it to kill each other. And this is the main problem for every technology and everything that humans do. So I believe that the AI, it's a big technology, a big knife, and a very, you can do everything with that knife. But the problem is that we're going to kill each other. And we have to change that.
Boy, that escalated.
And we have to change that.
It is truth. Preach.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you. I see we're hitting about a 5:57 on my end. I think the tail end.
Yeah, and I was curious, does anybody want to play? Does anybody want to say anything, before we go?
We definitely have to hit a note.
Please, I would love to.
Someone has to hit a note.
Together, separately, I don't care, but yeah, I would love to hear that.
Floating around.
Let's do a super jam. A super jam.
I think it's got to happen, or people are probably going to be very upset.
Yes.
You guys all join this meeting, you just talk the whole time. I don't like it.
Let's pick a key.
Blossom, where's Blossom? Did Blossom leave us? I think we lost. I know Blossom would say A minor for sure.
Blossom, come back.
That'll work.
y'all play. I'll sing.
There she is.
A minor, Blossom.
Are we jamming together?
Do it.
I want the MP3.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Someone just wrote synchronized. Amazing.
Wow,
Now
that was amazing.
How that we can do that across the globe, across thousands and thousands of kilometers. I think we're dealing with like a 300 millisecond latency issue.
Yeah.
So well done, everyone.
Amazing, amazing.
Well, great.
There is a delay.
Yes, I hear some loop back here.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too.
Sorry, we haven't sorted that out.
We moved into a parallel universe.
Nathan says that was impressive to do that virtually. I agree. Very impressive.
Beautiful. Well, I want to say thank you so much, Violet, for being a very gracious host. As always, the graciousness of hosts, and for allowing us to share this space today of peace with these. There we go. I'm bouncing off myself. Okay, it's just part of the show. But thank you so much for having me here. I'm so blessed to be a part of this beautiful experience with these very beautiful and magical and talented musicians. Thank you so much for just allowing me to be a part of this whole experience. And I want to say thank you. There are not enough thank yous in the universe that exists for me to express my full gratitude.
I am also very happy to have done this. Thank you so much for inviting me. And feel free to do so again. I'd love to come back.
Yes, definitely.
Me too. I want to thank you, all of you, and Blossom and Violet. Thank you so much.
You guys are awesome musicians, by the way. All of
Yes.
Thank you.
I don't know
Thank you, everybody.
if you can hear me. I don't know if you can hear me. Okay. I want to thank you and Violet and everyone, and I'm so glad that I meet you, and I want to thank you, be here with you, and it's a pleasure to meet and hear you and play with you. I have to go now because now it's 4:19 a.m. for me, and I hope to see you very soon, my friends.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye for now, and send you my love. Bye, Violet. Thank you so much for the invitation. And everyone. Bye.
Did everyone else get a chance to say goodbye?
Yeah.
Okay.
Make the Thank you, Violet.
You're very welcome.
Experience. Thank you, Violet.
This was a
Thank
pleasure
you
for
so
me.
much.
Thank you.
To all of you. Thank you, Violet, for the invitation.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I'm sure we'll be doing this again sometime. And again, I want to remind everybody, if you're looking for any of these musicians, I put all of their links in the Ask Your Guides group, and I put all of their links in the YouTube description, where you will find the replay as well as soon as we're done here. So thank you. This was magical. You're all so amazing. I can't even tell you how grateful I am to have all of you here doing this with us. This was really beautiful. And I
Violet,
guess
in exactly 24 hours, I will be doing a live if someone is interested.
Yes. If anybody has a
Exactly
live
in
coming up,
24
let us
hours.
know. Yes. I'm sorry I didn't pull up the cards. I wanted to do that. And again, I had a busy day at work. You know, how dare they make me work today? That I had to jump on here right from finishing what I was doing, and I didn't get a chance to pull up any promotion cards. But if anybody else wants to share.
I will be live for our Peace Freaks. If you're in America, it is Mother's Day. I don't know how international it is, but for your mothers, we will be doing maternal frequencies, some 528 hertz, on Sunday at 5 p.m. PST, because I'm on the west coast of California. So we would love for you to join and
Perfect.
find some peace with us.
And I think it's straight after Maddie on Sunday night.
I'm your opener.
Excellent.
Yeah, so Mother's Day special for me too.
I will be back on Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard.
Awesome.
I will be back next week. Not sure when yet.
We will find you.
That'd be blossom.
And Judy, did you mention when you're on?
I'm on a Mother's Day evening,
Oh,
Sunday
okay.
night.
Okay, so we've got a few of you on Mother's Day. Awesome. I will be watching
Happy
all
Mother's
of you.
Day in advance if I don't see you.
Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
happy
Thank
Mother's Day
you.
to all the moms out there. All right, friends. As hard as it is, I guess I have to end the live. If anybody wants to say anything before I do, feel free. Speak now, forever hold your peace.
Thank you again,
I
Violet.
will forever
Thank
hold
you
my
again.
peace.
Bye bye.
He's holding the peace.
Love it. I love it. That was perfect. All right, everyone. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Let me find the right button to hit. Okay, here we go.